I decided to start by turning the cap blank first. This blank will have the Mickey Mouse watch face on it, and I think it'll be the most interesting of the two. I'm really excited about turning it. This blank was cast in Alumilite, and Alumilite turns so easily. I couldn't be happier with how easy and how quickly I was able to turn this blank. Now I'm going to turn my attention to sanding, and we'll get her perfect with the bushings on both ends. The blank has been sanded down to 800 grit. I've got a fantastic fit at both ends where the bushings meet the blank. And overall, I'm happy with the shape. I'm going to micro mesh this blank, and then we'll come back and take a look at it right before we buff it. The micro mesh sure did a nice job. That blank looks amazing. I'm rotating it and looking for flaws in the finish, and I do not see any. Really happy with how this turned out. I was going to go ahead and wax it and buff it, but I think what I'm going to do is put the wax on and set it aside. I'm going to go ahead and turn the lower blank, and then we can buff them at the same time. I use Renaissance wax to buff my blanks, and I just apply it with my finger. Nice even coat, and then we'll let this dry to a haze before buffing it off. I've got the lower blank on the lathe. I'm going to go ahead and film turning it. But if nothing happens, if it's just a super straightforward turn, I won't show that section of the video to keep this video as brief as possible. If there's any issues, I'll show you what they look like. That was definitely what I would call an easy turn. There were no problems, so I have no video to show you. It's rather boring. I'm gonna go ahead now, sand this blank up. We'll come back and take a look at it right before we micro mesh. Sanding of the blank also went well. I cannot feel the transition between the bushing and the blank. Let's go for the micro mesh. I've completed micro meshing the blank. It looks really nice. I want to let you know I normally micro mesh for 15 seconds. This time around, I micro mesh for 30, and the reason for the difference is normally I'm micro meshing a blank that I've just applied CA to, and I don't want to remove the CA. I just want to buff it up. This blank being solid Alumilite, I wanted to take the extra time to really polish the blank and get the best possible finish. Here's a quick peek at the finished blank. Buffing really brings the shine out. Very happy with how this one turned out. I'm going to head over to the assembly table and get this assembled into a kit. I'm ready to assemble this Mickey Mouse watch parts blank into a kit. Let's start with the cap. I'm going to stick it right onto the top of the blank. I'm going to press this part of the way in, and then I'm going to pause, and I'm going to make sure that my clip is centered. You can see the end of the watch dial on either side, the edge of it. I'm going to make sure my clip is centered, and now we can press it the rest of the way in. Now let's press the bottom collar into the cap. Looks like we need one more of our stops in place. Ooh, wow. That looks really, really nice. I like that. I want to press the lower grommet into the bottom of the body. But what I want to do before I do that is I want to make a press piece that will press against the collar, because I don't want to take a chance of damaging those threads. So I'm going to stop for a moment, and I'm going to make a press block that we can use to safely press that into the body blank. Let's press the cap in. There we go. Let's drop the ink refill in. And let me grab the spring. It rolled off the table. It's laying on the floor. I've got the spring. We'll slide it onto the end of the ink refill. And let's thread our nib into place. Tighten it down. That looks really nice. And there we have a gorgeous Mickey Mouse Watch Parts pen, courtesy of Brian Wrights over at Two Cats Pen Company. Thank you, Brian. I'd like to thank you for joining me in the shop today. I had a great time turning this Mickey Mouse Watch Parts pen. It was a lot of fun. It was a challenge. These kind of things make me nervous because so much work goes into building these blanks that you just don't want to be the guy that screws it up. You know what I mean? But this one turned out just absolutely gorgeous. Don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but I'm really happy that I completed it and it looks great. Thank you for joining me in the shop today. I want you to know that you are always welcome in my shop. Come back and see me again real soon and have a great day.